All right, everyone, we just got our first Green Bay Packers free agency news of the season. No, it's not Aaron Rodgers, but it is some big news here. The Packers have officially re-signed All-Pro kick returner Keisean Nixon. The news Packers fans have been waiting for. They've agreed to terms with All-Pro returner Keisean Nixon on a one-year deal worth a max value of $6 million, source said. This is really, really big news. I was really worried that Keisean Nixon was going to hit the open market and another team was going to sign him. Nixon is the best returner the Packers have had in a long time, probably since Desmond Howard. Nixon was the best returner in the NFL last year, and even last night he posted something on Instagram where he's giving a double peace sign to the Lambeau crowd, and a lot of people thought, okay, he's on his way out. That's basically him saying goodbye to Green Bay. He's going to be hitting free agency. There's legal tampering today, and he's going to be signed by another team. But that is not the case. Keisean Nixon is at least back in Green Bay for one more season. I would have liked to see a 2 to 3 year deal here because Nixon offers more than just a special teamer. He can be a plug-and-play nickel corner. He did that last year, even had an interception against the Bears, and he can do a lot more than just a kick returner. So I kind of wish this was a 2 to 3 year deal and not the 1 year deal, but nonetheless, at least he is re-signed. They're bringing him back into the building. Rich Bisaccia is still a coach here, so I think the special teams is going to build off of what they had last year, which is great. And as we saw, it said up to $6 million, so I'm sure there's going to be incentives again if he hits a certain amount of yards or if he hits a Pro Bowl or an All-Pro again, that'll go to that full $6 million mark. We don't have the exact details of the contract yet, just says the 1 year up to $6 million, but his cap hit will likely be a lot lower, and then of course with the incentives. I think Nixon was the one Green Bay Packers free agent that they needed to re-sign first, so I'm really glad they got this out of the way. Nixon's stats last year just ridiculous. He had 35 returns for 1,009 yards, 1 kick return touchdown. He had 21 returns of 20 plus yards. He had 5 returns of 40 plus yards and a long return of 105 yards. Nixon had the most return yards in the NFL, the longest return in the NFL, and the most returns 40 plus yards, which is even more crazy because Nixon wasn't even the Packers kick returner the whole year. As we remember, Amari Rodgers was the kick returner for a lot of last season. And I think that's a crime in itself that we had Nixon on this roster and somehow he wasn't the returner. But then when he was put in returner, he led the league in pretty much every single category and turned into an all-pro kick returner. So he at least is here to stay for the next season. Like I said, I wish it was a longer deal, but at least they did get him back in the building for this upcoming season. And this is just another very impressive street free agent signing by Brian Gutekunst. It seems every year he signs multiple street free agents that no other team really wants. He gets them in the building and they contribute some way, shape, or form. We've seen it with Devondre Campbell, Rasul Douglas, and Keisean Nixon now. I mean, I feel like we keep getting a guy every offseason that contributes in such a big way from the free agency. Now, the Packers do have more free agents they could re-sign here, Adrian Amos being one of them, Rudy Ford, another safety, being another one of them there. But I'm so happy that they got Keisean Nixon signed here. I'm sure everyone else is happy as well. So at least now that's out of the way. Obviously, we're all sitting here waiting to see what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers. Everyone's saying the Jets don't know, the Packers don't know what Aaron Rodgers wants to do. In my opinion, I think the Packers do know. I don't think they're sitting here waiting just like we are waiting for something like a tweet to happen. I believe they do know what's going on. The legal tampering starts today, and I think they do want to get that done. So if the Jets do end up trading for him, they can sign free agents that Aaron Rodgers want. Maybe Randall Cobb, Mercedes Lewis, Robert Tonyan, Alan Lazard, who knows? But I think they have an idea of what's going to happen, but we're sitting here just waiting. But that about does it for this video. Super hyped. Keisean Nixon is back in the building. Like I said, I'm pretty sure everyone is happy about this, but I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. But I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Pack Go.